Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the New York State Bridge Authority meeting for the month of January. We have sitting around this distinguished table, we have from our left here, Commissioner Mr. Rod Dressel, and he is celebrating his 80th birthday today. Well, happy birthday. All week. We have Mr. Dane Lashua, who has been on the board for a period of time, and today is his last official board meeting, so Dane, wish you luck there too.
Thank you. And I celebrated my 70th birthday.
Hey! Happy birthday!
He's a puppy.
He's a puppy. Good.
And Mr. Roger Higgins, Commissioner, do you have any birthdays? Or
Well, it wasn't a birthday.
No birthdays? All right. And a distinguished man at the end of the table there, Mr. Ramaglia. How are you, Commissioner Ramaglia? How about your birthdays? Nothing. Nothing? All right. And we have our Chief of Staff, Mr. Bellucci. We have a Chief of Counsel, Mr. Carl Whitback. We have our Executive Director, Mr. Joseph Ruggiero, and myself as Chairman, Richard Jarrett. In saying all that, before we get into the meeting, we're going to go through the Government's Committee meeting agenda. Myself as Chairman will adopt the minutes of the December 17, 2015 meeting.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? If not, roll call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Number 2, review and authorize filing the annual confidential statement of the Commissioner regarding the Board Performance and Authority Board Office. Mr. Bellucci.
Yes, this is a requirement of the Authority Budget Office, which all the members of the board participated in. I'd note that the results of the survey are very positive, with commissioners unanimously agreeing with 10 of the 14 criteria that are evaluated, and 4 or 5 commissioners fully agreeing on the other 4. No commissioner disagreed to any degree with any of the 14 evaluation criteria, so it reflects very favorably on the operation of the authority. I would ask the Governance Committee to approve me filing this with the Authority Budget Office. This does not require board action. It's strictly a Governance Committee function.
Move to authorize filing.
Second.
Any discussion on that? If not, roll call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any other business?
No, sir.
If not, a motion to adjourn, please. I'll move second. All in favor say aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Adopt the regular board meetings of December 17, 2015.
So moved. The minutes.
Second.
Second.
Any questions? If not, roll call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Administration.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Russo, how are you today?
All right. I have 2 items today. The first is an amendment to the existing CAPS agreement for EasyPass equipment. Back in July, the EasyPass group had an opportunity to negotiate better pricing with CAPS on our current contract. Each agency in the EasyPass group signs the contract individually with CAPS. In October, the Executive Management Committee of the group passed a resolution to recommend that each of the agencies go ahead and sign this amendment to the contract. It really doesn't have a significant benefit to the authority because we don't purchase EasyPass tags. We utilize tags from the other agencies. But to the agencies that do purchase tags in aggregate, they'll probably save in excess of $25 million over the life of the contract. Where we would save money is if we do need to replace any lane readers or antennas for our equipment. Those prices also did come down for the remainder of the contract, which goes out to 2021. So with that, I have a resolution to authorize us to go ahead and sign that amendment.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. And the second is a resolution to authorize us to pay our invoice to the EasyPass group for our annual membership for 2016 at $25,000.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay, thank you.
Did the agreement get signed with Kentucky?
They still have to complete some requirements.
Mr. Wright.
Good afternoon. First up, we have the system-wide street sweeping contract. We'd like to exercise our option for a second one-year term. The price is slightly going up from $986 per day to $1,012 per day, basically due to the increase in prevailing wages.
Any discussion? Roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next up is the Rip Van Winkle sidewalk railing replacement project. We advertised the project and received 2 bids back in November 5th, 2015. The low bidder was Piasecki Steel Construction Corp. at $5,362,000, and we'd like to approve them to do the construction of that project.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Third up is the Newburgh Steel and Deck repairs and Mid-Hudson Bridge steel repairs. We'd like to, as part of our supplemental agreement to Majeski Masters' current general consultant contract, do some steel and deck repairs at Newburgh and steel repairs at Mid-Hudson based on the inspections we had this past year. The M&M scope and cost proposal of $236,750 is attached. We'd like to have them start the design so we can do construction this year.
So moved. Second.
Any questions? If not, roll call, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Last up, we have the fourth quarter traffic accident summary report for 2015. As you can see, basically each quarter has been pretty consistent, plus or minus a few accidents at each facility. We do have 3 accidents that we're going to look into in terms of possible slippery pavement or some things we could do with pavement to make it more, better traction. So we're going to look into those and see if it's really an issue or not.
That we've had any action filed against us on any of these?
No. And then jobs in progress.
We don't need action on that, correct? Just the report.
Jobs in progress, basically, walkway over the Hudson we've started getting some shop drawings in for that railing project, so that's moving ahead. The contractor plans on beginning in April and finishing up this year. And then the railing job should be starting with shop drawings being submitted to up at Rip Van Winkle.
Move to accept the jobs in progress report.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very much.
Brian?
First up is a monthly investment report. There were 8 investments in the month of December. This is some cleanup associated with year-end activities as we roll the year. Those investments are reflected in the investment inventory report. To note, we closed the year with $33 million in the maintenance reserve fund, a fairly strong position. Our interest income and yield, nicely, we're trending up consistent with interest rates at 0.68.
Any question? Motion to...
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Take every little bit we can get, right?
Very good.
The insurance company will figure it out.
Very good. Okay, the next up is the insurance fund balance determination. Consistent with requirements under our bond resolution, annually the board utilizes a certification from the independent consulting engineer identifying the amount necessary to cover for the deductible should an issue occur on our bridge property and revenue policy. That basically equates to 3% of the largest single structure. What we utilize is the south span of Newburgh Beacon. 3% from 2015 to 2016 is an increase of $206,000. Attaches a resolution to increase the required reserve in the insurance fund from $10,235,000 to $10,441,000.
So moved. Second. Questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Last up is the quarterly accident review committee report. There were 79 accidents on authority facilities in the fourth quarter of 2015, as identified in the attached summary. This compares with 70 from the previous year. Overall, there was one accident involving authority staff in the previous year, and the year before that it was 5 during fourth quarter. For the full year, there were 310 accidents, which was higher than the 277 experienced in 2014, a roughly 12% increase. Jeff has done the review to identify any possible causes. He reported on that previously. The 310 accidents, given our increased volume as well as accidents, has translated into one accident for every approximately 194,000 crossings.
One accident for every, how many cars?
194,000 crossings. Yep.
Move to accept it.
Actually, this is, there's no action required by the board. This is just.
So if the percentage is the same.
Right. Yeah, the percentage would, well, it would be higher because the crossings would be both ways. If you, well, it depends, cars, it would be, we didn't actually break that down. We'd have to see how many involved commercial cars. We could do that if you would like.
Does that compare favorably with other authorities, like the Thruway Authority, or, I mean, is it?
You know what, we haven't done an assessment to see how this compares to other entities. As you know, toll plazas are nasty accident magnets, so.
We're more just because of the configuration, just the way we have the total right here, we're cluttered, and then getting off.
Well, I think the last couple of years, or last year anyway, having that construction on the Newark Beacon, I'm sure increased some accidents there. Should have reduced it.
Actually, to some extent, year over year, we've seen an increase this year, but we've also seen increases in traffic. We've seen some increases around, for example, Mid-Hudson. The increases in traffic this year, along with potentially some weather-related stuff in the first part of the year, is probably a big driver to what happened. It's very difficult to go.
We don't get blamed on any of the rear enders down Route 9.
We consider anything that happens on our property. We consider anything that happens on our property as part of the count. But again, it's very difficult to go and assign a cause other than lack of attention by the driver to those types of incidents.
To answer your question, there is a section on the ramps in the infamous bow tie that is our property.
Right, which we would count.
Just the ramps, right. But if it was a backup of traffic and there was rear ends on Route 9, that doesn't count.
But we have very, very few of these accidents ever result in a claim against the authority. You could count them on one hand.
Since I've been here, there have only been 2 that we ever had a claim against us.
And the vast majority of accidents are rear-end collisions at relatively low speed, which we generally attribute to not paying attention.
Questions?
Any other questions? No, thank you.
Thank you.
You want to say something? I think I will say. Wayne?
Afternoon. Just have one item. That is to seek your approval to pay Transcom our 2016 annual membership dues. They're in the amount of $67,280, which reflects no increase from 2015.
So moved.
Thank you.
Any questions? If not, roll call. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Executive Director's reports.
You have my monthly expense report, which shows no expenses. You have the December 2015 traffic and revenue analysis report, as well as the December 2015 Easy Pass sales analysis report. As Brian mentioned, traffic is up those up, and that just helps fortify the reserve fund and the authority. We ended pretty well.
Any questions for Joe? No? Thank you, Joseph. No presentations, old business, none do I see here. New business, Mr. Belucci.
Yes, our license marketing agreement with Travelers Marketing is up for renewal. This is the firm that manages and does the outreach for the advertising that generates revenue for the authority. We had a 5-year agreement with an option for 2-year renewals. This would be the first of the 2-year renewals under the agreement. Travelers has worked with the authority, quite well. They accommodate us. We help when we can, but they work around our schedule. They've been really good with that. So, it's one of the things that has worked well. They have generated net revenue to the authority of approximately $750,000 in the last 5 years, and we're averaging about $150,000 a year. So we recommend extending the marketing agreement for one additional 2-year renewal at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Questions?
Yeah, any negative at all on
Literally outside of the first couple weeks when we had a complaint about the get-go, we haven't gotten any at all. So it's really been a positive thing.
easy money?
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you. All in favor, say aye. Attorney-client privilege, adjournment, motion to adjourn. Before we adjourn, there again, we emphasize the birthday of Mr. Commissioner Dressel, 80 years old, and Mr. Lashua, 70, and tribute to Mr. Lashua for being here. And thank you for your time. You served 7 years. Quite valuable to this board, and we're going to miss you, so thank you very
I'm
much.
going to miss everyone here, as I said last time.
Thank you. You want to close the meeting yourself?
I thought I did that last time. But yes, it's again, I thank everyone that I've been able to get to know a bit, and had a whole lot of fun, believe it or not, and got paid, an excellent travel reimbursement. But it's really been a wonderful experience, and I admire, as I said in my letter that I sent, the real wonder for me about this organization is for its size, its efficiency, it's in the black, more or less, but it is very close, and it just says something about structures, corporate and otherwise, state facilities, state departments and things. It's just a small organization to a certain point makes a whole lot of sense. And then the other things we've done while I've been here, just taking in what was normally contracted and having our employees do that, and that with attentiveness, it seems to me it's worked really, really well. And like I said, I admire the people who work here, and I'm going to miss it. I hope to get back and I'll sit in one of those seats and laugh.
You can always watch us on television.
Oh, yeah.
Viewer number 2.
We're going to go on road cruise soon.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Our next meeting is February 18th, 2016, at 3 p.m. Motion to adjourn we did. Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.